Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all well. This morning being Saturday the 4th of January 2025. I wasn't necessarily going to do this video this week. I did record the disadvantages video yesterday, which is a follow-on from the advantages one which came out on Wednesday 1st of January. But as a result of some of the comments that I've received over the last couple of days, I thought that I would put together this video sooner rather than later, because I am going to call them negative comments, because I think the keyboard warriors have been out and about in the last couple of days, and I think it's only fair that as a channel owner I'd be given the opportunity to address the comments, particularly the negative ones, and to potentially put some people straight as to why I make these videos and what they're all about. So firstly, before I go into them, I'm not going to make it a long video. Before I go into them, I just want to highlight that this channel is designed to help people make an informed decision as to whether narrowboat life, particularly for seniors, and when I say seniors, I'm talking about people in my age bracket, so potentially people over the age of 60 or 60 and over, but these channels can help other people. They're designed to pass on experiences, to give people an informed opinion about whether life as a narrowboater is for them. Okay, to put a comment on my channel saying that channels like this only encourage idiots to buy boats, you're implying that I'm an idiot, because it's channels like this 3.5, 4 years ago that I watched on YouTube that helped me decide whether, when I came back from Spain, I wanted to give this lifestyle a try or to live in a house. So to infer that channels like this are negative and all they do is encourage bargees, I think you called us, and for those that aren't aware, a bargee is potentially somebody, it's an old term for people that live on the canal, and we're transient. We basically don't stay in one place for any more than 14 days. In other words, the new term is continual cruisers. And to imply that this type of lifestyle encourages bargees, and bargees don't pay to live on the water, you could not be more far from the truth. Okay, so what I'll say right from the beginning is that any keyboard warriors out there that see my channel as somewhere to vent your spleen about the Canal and River Trust, about people that live on the canals, about the government, okay, this is not the place to do it. Okay, so don't waste your time, because all I'll do is I'll just delete your comments. I won't even bother replying to them. I do appreciate comments on my channel, because it helps me, it helps other people. But what I won't allow is I won't allow anybody to be very negative. Okay, I don't mind you putting comments on there if I see them as being constructive, okay, and helpful to others, then that's fine. But don't just come onto my channel and be negative about things, okay? If you're angry about things, then fine. You've got your entitlement to. But don't waste your time of putting comments, particularly long comments. It must have taken you at least 5-6 minutes to type that comment. You know, you've probably been mulling over it for all night because it was there this morning, you know, at 7 o'clock. Don't waste your time, okay? People that buy narrowboats buy them for different reasons, okay? Yes, I agree with you. There are some horrible looking boats on the water, and there are people that live on the water that don't pay their way or whatever. But you can't say that everybody is an idiot that buys a boat. Which leads me on to the second comment, which came a couple of days ago, saying that only poor people buy boats and live on the water. Really? I asked you to provide evidence of where you got that from, and you said, why provide evidence? Okay, your opinion is fine, like I say, but don't vent it on other people. People that live on the water are not poor, okay? Yes, I agree. There may be people that look poor. There are boats on the water that look unkept and whatever, but you get that in society, in council estates, on housing estates, anywhere in the, you get people living in tents, you get people living under bridges, okay? But to say that everybody that buys a boat is poor is wrong. Saying that people that own properties in the Cotswold and drive £150,000 Mercedes do not buy boats. Really? Do you know how much boats are worth these days? Okay. Where I'm moored at the moment, there is a new looking narrowboat, and just behind that there's another boat, and they look brand new, or they look new. To buy a newish narrowboat, even a second-hand one, is going to cost you circa £100,000. Okay, wide beams, which there are on this canal, and one went past, as you, if you watch my disadvantages video, which will be out next week, a wide beam goes by me, a nice looking one. They cost 200, 250, 300,000. So poor people don't buy narrowboats, okay? Yes, maybe one or two people or a few people do live on narrowboats because it's a cheaper way of living, but you can't say that poor people buy narrowboats. I won't allow that, okay? And thirdly, to the person that came on and wanted to, it looked like they were trying to start an argument with somebody, with another one of comments, not my comments, but somebody else's comments, going on about their age and, you know, saying that, oh, you're only 50, you're not a senior, whatever. It doesn't matter. What's that got to do with you? Mind your own business. People have got a right to an opinion, okay, as do I. And as the owner of this channel, you know, I have a duty of care to everybody on here. So for all the comments that have been put on here, I really do appreciate them, particularly those that are encouraging to other people. All the boaters out there that put good comments on about what you've found, okay, both the good and the bad. It is very helpful to other people, so I thank you for that. But once again, if you're going to be negative, if you're going to be disparaging, if you're going to just come onto my channel to vent your spleen and be angry, then go elsewhere, because I'll just delete it. As soon as I get it, I'll just delete it, and then I'll block you, because I don't want you on my channel, and I'm sure the majority of people that watch my channel don't want you either. Okay, so that's Mr. Angry out the way. Okay, can I address the people that on my getting ready for winter video? Thank you for your concerns about the hot water bottle. Okay, not a negative comment. I fully appreciate what you were saying. Can I just say, if you listen to the video, it does say that the hot water bottle is used as a backup. I don't use the hot water bottle at the same time as the electric hot blanket. In fact, to be honest with you, I hardly use the electric blanket. I bought it this year for the first time, and I've used it once. It does drain the batteries a little bit too much, so I'm aware of that. But I wouldn't have a 240 volt electric blanket and a hot water bottle at the same time. And thank you to those people that did comment that you can buy 12 volt electric blankets. I've looked into those, and I will probably buy one of those for next year. So just to put your mind at rest, I don't use the hot water bottle. I've got it as a backup. It was bought for me a couple of years ago as a fun Christmas present, but I don't actually use it, and I won't use it at the same time. So thank you for your concerns. Somebody mentioned that why don't owners talk about the depreciation value? When I did the tour video, and when I did about the buying the narrowboat video, it's evident that we do talk about our boats and how much they cost and how much it costs to live on them and so on. Somebody mentioned that narrowboaters don't talk about the depreciation value of the boats. Well, no, we don't. Why would we? And I'll be totally upfront with you. This boat 3.5 years ago was being advertised at £30,000. Had been out of the water for 2 years. Was owned by an older couple. Unfortunately, the gentleman died. The lady of the family didn't want the boat anymore, so the family wanted to sell it. I offered them £25,000 cash because I had the cash available when I came back from Spain, and they took it. Okay. The repairs and the maintenance that I've done over the 3 years, the extras I've added to it, the solar panels, the carpeting, blah, blah, blah. This boat is now worth around about £30,000. So it hasn't depreciated, okay, it's gone up in value. And I mentioned that before. If you look after your boat, okay, it's like a house. if you look after a house, and with house prices as they are, they increase in value, and boats can increase in value. Not the same rate as houses, I know that. I'm not, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that don't be surprised that if you do see a boat for sale and you talk to the owner, that it's at the same price as what they paid for it, or it's gone up in value a little bit, because they do. Not all boats, again, I fully agree with you. There are some horrible looking boats on here that you wouldn't, you'd only buy if you were really desperate and had nowhere else to go or whatever, okay? And they are ones that depreciate in value. But to say that all the people that buy boats, and they depreciate in value, fine. I agree with you, some do, but not all boats do, okay? So it's unfair to say that all boats depreciate in value. Somebody put, what's all the fuss about? Just use the log burner. So I think, again, that came from the preparing for winter video. I wasn't implying it was a fuss, okay? I have a log burner, which I use when it gets really cold. I used it yesterday because it got down to -4 on the canal yesterday. I'll probably use it again today because, again, we've got a frosty, and some of you are unfortunate enough to be in areas where you've got amber weather warnings. So good luck with that. But to say that, what's all the fuss, just use the log burner. Well, I've got a Chinese diesel heater, which I use, which pumps out. It's currently set at 23 degrees and it's nice and toasty in here at the moment. Turned it on at 8 o'clock this morning and it's now 11, nice and toasty. And if I need to, I will use the log burner, but it isn't a fuss. I do actually pick up on this one. It does make me laugh, this one, in that I do mention it in the negatives video, which will be out next week, which I filmed yesterday, like I say. It said, maybe you're a much warmer person below the surface. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to repeat myself as to what I say on the thing, but, I'm 66 years of age, okay? I've got a lot of life experience, 20 years in the army, 10 years in the police force, 30 years in uniform. My sense of humour can be black at times. I'm not very politically correct. I appreciate that, okay? I've been told by hundreds of people throughout my life that I'm not a smiley type person. I can't help the way I look, okay? I was born with this face, okay? So, yeah, I do smile, okay? I am a happy type person. I love living on the water. I wouldn't change this lifestyle at the moment for anything. And for those that have asked the questions recently, which aren't negative comments, but have asked how long they think I can go on for this, okay? 67 this coming August. I'm fit and healthy at the moment, but you never know, do you? Don't know what's around the corner. I'd like to go on for as long as I can. I love being out here, I love being out in nature, love being out on the water. Better than being stuck in a house as far as I'm concerned. Again, just my opinion. I prefer being outdoors, always have been an outdoor person. It's probably why I chose to join the military and the police force and so on. But yeah, I don't know. I know people that, there's a guy that I see regular along here. I think he's just turned 80 or is in his early 80s and he's still going. It will become harder, I agree with you, getting on and off, opening locks. I had a lock. I'm 66 and I came up from the Grand Union last week through Seabrook locks, if you know where the area at all. Outside Marsworth towards Leighton Buzzard, and one of those lock gates wouldn't open. I had to wait for another boat to come or a passerby to help me open it. So yeah, so even now I find it hard to open locks, and I think every boater finds it hard to open locks at times, not just at this age but at younger ages as well. So yeah, and so I don't know how long I can go for. I'd like to go for as long as I can, but it's something I don't worry about. It's going to happen one day, and I'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. Hopefully my kids are watching these videos and they'll be thinking, yeah, maybe Dad can come and live with us or whatever. No. Okay. Not sure about showing people around the inside of my house. Well, fine. Okay, don't. The reason that boaters do videos of their boats and they do boat tours is there are a lot of people out there that are considering buying boats or getting into this lifestyle or buying a narrowboat as leisure. I'd never ever been on a narrowboat before in my life. So I'd never seen inside one other than what you see on the TV programs, on the telly. So these videos are very helpful to show people what boats are like, both on the inside and the outside, because there are so many different types of boats. If you watch my tour video, 36 foot long, everything that's on the inside of this boat is what I would find inside an apartment. I don't have the space. I fully appreciate that, but it suits my needs. People that own 57-foot boats, 70-foot boats, they've got twice the amount of space. They show inside their boats to show people what they're like. So we show videos like this to people out there that are interested in seeing, and you'd be surprised the amount of, I think I've had as many views on the tour video as I've had on the preparing for winter video and the advantages of living on narrowboats. And when you look at other channels that do these videos, they get a lot of views on that because people are interested. Okay, I think it's British nature to be nosy, isn't it? Okay, we're all curtain twitchers. We all like to see inside other people's houses, you know, how the other half live and so on. So that's why we do videos like this. So that's why we make videos. Fine, if you don't want to show people inside your house, that's up to you. I probably wouldn't want to show people inside my house if I lived in a house, but we make videos like this to help other people. I'm surprised that you give your location, especially with you being ex-police and having the bikes on the back. Yeah, not really sure how to answer that. Give the location as to where we are. I don't necessarily pinpoint exactly where I am. I say that I'm on the Grand Union Canal at Marsworth and on the way to Leighton Buzzard. Doesn't necessarily mean that you know exactly where I am. It doesn't encourage people to come and steal off the boat. I think that's what you're implying. It doesn't worry me of what's on the outside. I don't lose sleep that somebody might come and steal my bike. I don't lose sleep that I may go and visit my mum over in Welwyn Garden City and come back and find my boat being broken into. It's the nature of human beings, in that no matter what you do in life, no matter where you live in life, no matter what you own, if somebody out there is intent on stealing from you or breaking into properties and burgling, then you could have the best security in the world and they will find a way to take it. So all I would say is what I replied to you when you put it on the comments, is that I have insurance. I pay an insurance premium. Okay, the boat is insured, the contents on the inside are insured, the contents on the outside are insured. Okay, the contents on the outside are padlocked, they're chained. Okay, but if somebody wants to come and steal my bike, instead of coming and stealing it, just ask me and I'll probably give it to you. If you're that desperate, I'll give it to you. Okay, so thank you for your concern, but you know, and we do put our locations and tell people where we are roughly, because it helps other people identify what it's like in that area. I did the Marsworth, what it's like at Marsworth video, to help other people that may be looking at moving to Marsworth, that may be on boats heading towards Marsworth, never been. Okay, it helps other people, so that's why we do it. So thank you for your concerns, but it's fine. This one made me laugh, but I think it's not very funny really. I live by the canal and me and my mates love walking past the boats and dropping bags of poo in the chimneys. Okay, fine. If that's how you get your thrills, then that's fine. Okay, but it's not very nice, is it? Okay. What have those boaters ever done to you to deserve you putting your dog poo bags down their chimneys? Nah, don't do it. Okay, it may be funny at the time, but is it really that funny? Picking up, I salute you for picking up your dog poo, because there are lots of people on the canals that don't. So if you do pick your dog poo up in the bag, then take the bag home with you or put it in the bins. There are bins, believe it or not, on the canal, which have got a sign on there saying dog poo bins. The council in this area provide bins along the canals for you to put your dog poo bags in. For those of you dog owners that leave your bags hanging in trees or just leave them on the ground, you'd may as well have just left the poo there and not picked it up and put it in a plastic bag, because it would just sit there for years and years and years not rotting. Whereas had you have left it, it would have rotted naturally. So please don't leave your dog bags lying around. Be a responsible owner, take your dog poo bags home with you. Love the videos but hate the music. It's too loud. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you for that. All I would say was one, have you got a volume button on whatever it is you're watching my videos on? Because you could turn it down. But I do appreciate it, but I do mention it at the beginning. I've only ever been doing this for, what, 12 weeks now. when I first started, my videos were the wrong way round. They were in portrait instead of landscape. So I didn't realize that YouTube long videos had to be in landscape. I didn't have the knowledge that I just thought when you recorded something, it came out okay. Okay, I record these videos on a Samsung Galaxy smartphone. I use a microphone, which I didn't have before. Okay, so I was using the mic on the phone. And when I edited them using the software available, I didn't realize that you could actually, if you paid, if you had the basic app, then you didn't get the facility to do it. But if you paid the extra to upgrade, which I did, is it gives you the facility to control the volume. Okay, so thanks for the comment. Okay, I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry that they were loud and that you found them loud. I'm also sorry to those people that commented, can I hold the camera a little bit still because it makes you dizzy? Okay, fine. Okay, I didn't realize it did that at the beginning. Okay, I was just holding them in my hand. I've now got what's called a gimbal, which actually keeps the camera steady. And the newer type of videos that I'm doing is where I'm holding the camera walking down the canal. The Disadvantages one coming out next week is done like that. So I do appreciate them, but yeah, okay, I apologize that it's a bit loud, but turn the volume down if you want. I don't really understand this one. I've put 4 question marks after it. Move into a house. Why would I do that? I've lived in houses all my life up until 3 years ago. Lived in council houses, born and bred in a council estate in Welwyn Garden City. Got married, moved into police houses. Lived in police houses for 4 years. Bought my first house when I was in the police force in 1990. And moved out of that. Lived in rented accommodation in a house. Moved up north, lived in Hull. Lived in a 3-bedroom house. Moved to Spain. Bought a house over, not a house, bought an apartment on a golf complex over in Spain. Lived there for 2 years, came back and moved on to a narrowboat. I think you're sort of indicating that because of some of the videos that I've made over the past, they're not meant to be moany type videos. They're supposed to be informative and educational, really, to help other people, like I say. So I wasn't indicating in any way, shape or form that I don't like living on a boat. I love living on a narrowboat. It gives me the freedom and flexibility to move and go to wherever I want when I want. Okay, I'd rather be sitting in this metal box on a cold river in the -3 degrees out in nature than I would in 4 walls, bricks and mortar on an estate somewhere, whether it be council or whether it be private. Sitting twiddling my thumbs, taking the dogs out for a walk every now and again, going shopping, visiting my family every now and again, but going back, closing the door and potentially not seeing anybody for ages. At least living out on the water here, I get to see people. A couple of people have just walked by and waved to me as they've gone past the window. Talking to other boaters as I've just come back. I've just done mum's shopping for her this morning, come back with my own shopping, stopped and showed to what would, excuse me, be my neighbour. So why would I want to move into a house? Got no intention of doing that at the moment, and I don't know. So yeah, I don't really get what you're implying to move into a house, question mark, question mark. And then lastly, I just wanted to potentially apologise to, I think it's the Marsworth video, What's Marsworth Really Like? YouTube, when you create a video, is they assess the video and then they look for things on there which may be negative or contrary to their terms and conditions. And the video actually, it came back saying that the music that was on there, 2 different types of music, that one of them was actually copyrighted, which I thought was quite strange because the video that I made and the music I used at the end, the music actually came from the YouTube channel. It came from their music library, and apparently all their music on their library is free to use as a content creator. I also use other what I believe to be free copyrighted music, but it came back and gave me a strike saying that it was copyrighted music. So I didn't really understand that. So I had to take the music off because I don't want copyright music on. I've got no intention of using copyright music because, well, I don't want to have to pay for it. If there's free music out there, I will use it. So I don't really understand why YouTube said that that one was copyrighted. So if you haven't watched it already and you do watch the Marsworth What It's Like video, towards the end is I had to take the music off. I think it was about 4 minutes at the end with no music, and it's just potentially me talking to the dogs or me walking or whatever. So I do apologise for that, because once you upload a video to YouTube, unless you actually delete it and put it back on again, and I don't want to delete it because it's had over 1,000 views on it, so lots of people have looked at it, and potentially a lot of other people would want to look at it. So like I say, I do apologise that YouTube decided to tell me to basically take the music off, or they'd start charging me for the use of it. So that's all the negative. And I don't like using the word negative because I'm not a negative type person, but some of them are negative, particularly the first two. And like I say, I won't allow that, and they will be deleted and you will be blocked from my channel. But thank you to everybody that has put comments on the channel. I really do appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. It's one of the things that YouTube moderate as to, you know, how successful is your channel. Are people commenting? Am I replying to you? And so on. I've told you, you know, I will reply to all the comments. If I deem them to be negative, then as the channel owner, I have the right to delete them, and I have the right to block you from putting comments on again. So if you are going to be negative, if you are going to put comments on, if you are going to be disparagatory to other people or whatever, then don't be surprised if I block you and you can't put comments on with them. I don't want you on my channel. Go elsewhere, okay? Don't waste your time. All right. So thanks for watching. Sorry that I've had a bit of a rant today. This will be coming out later today, Saturday afternoon, about 6 o'clock as normal. Okay. I hope that you're all well. Next week's video, like I say, is the reverse of the one that I put out on Wednesday, the disadvantages video. So look forward to seeing that one. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Okay. Have a good day. Have a good week. Stay safe. To all you seniors out there, and that's all of us over the age of 60, stay warm. Okay. I understand that Mr. Starmer and his government has taken away your warm heating, extra winter fuel allowance away from you. So yeah, stay warm, stay safe. For anybody that's watching from up north on the Bridgewater Canal, I understand that they're actually the owners of the canal, or whoever they are, Peel or somebody, are looking at damming either side of the breach. So I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. I hope your boats are safe, and I hope that they get it sorted soon. So thanks once again. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.